you say that you're ready, but you won't like it. Silence all the crows, lining up in little rows. A sudden chill surrounds me. Silence all the crows, see come out and say you're old. A sudden chill.
And welcome to episode 2 of Music of Crows. With me, Dr. Steve. And here's Crow Jr. And for this episode, we are looking at one of Crow Jr.'s favorite bands. And are you going to tell us anything about this album, Crow Jr.?
All right, this album was released the 19th of December, I think, 2024. It's December 2024, but I'm not sure on the exact date.
And it went straight in at number 1 in the Billboard Top 100. And it's the latest in a long line of albums from the punk godfathers that are Green Day. So we're going to have a bit of a deep dive into this album and give our thoughts on the individual songs and then reflect on the whole album, really.
Real quick,
Yeah.
I believe they're punk rock,
All
or
right.
or like post punk.
Well, modern punk, yes, I suppose so.
All right,
So without further ado, let's just jump into the album. So what song are we starting with, Pro Junior?
we're starting with American Dream.
And what were your thoughts on the song?
Um, it's cool. It's quite hard to explain because it's really similar to the other Green Day stuff, but it's also so different in terms of um maturity, which we've seen on a level with stuff like American Idiot and 21st Century Breakdown and in part Warning, but it's just done in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot more polished, but at the same time, when I first heard it, I heard the album starting with it. I kind of got the feeling it was very much back to basics for the band, really, and
Yes.
going back
Yeah.
to what they do best.
It
But as you say, a more mature sound and probably more polished in terms of the production of it as well,
yeah.
giving it a more mature sound and all of the different instruments very clear. You can clearly hear them all because they've separated them out
Yeah.
in the mix, I think. So it was a very, very strong opening to the album as far as I was concerned.
Yeah, I feel if it as far as the first track goes, it is a bit of a safe song.
Yeah,
But with this is clearly an experimental album the further you dig down. So you got to keep it safe on the first track, otherwise no one's going to listen to it. So
yeah, you want to keep your existing fans interested, don't you? So you want to
yeah.
do it a bit. You want to keep it a bit samey in terms of what you've done before.
And I think there are one or two, maybe three songs like this on the album.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree with that. So what do we move on to next then?
Look Man, No Brains.
And as the song
Um
suggests, it's a song about one's own deficiencies, I suppose, really.
yeah. Um I I don't really have much to say about this song. It's probably one of my least favorites on the album.
Mm,
The only part that I really have to congratulate about it is the flow of the song. I think it flows quite well.
mm. I mean, from
That's
my
it,
point
really.
of view, it's when you bear in mind everything that they've done since American Idiot, a lot of it's had a very political message to it. Whereas this goes right back to their roots in terms of I'm going to take the piss out of myself, basically, really. like they did with Basket Case, like they did with Brain Stew. I'm insane, I'm an idiot, I'm a fool, and
Yeah,
you can all laugh at me. It's very much in that vibe without without as much of the social commentary and politics that they grew into as they got older, I think. But yeah,
yeah,
otherwise there's not an awful lot to say about it because it's just a standard post-punk song, really. I mean, as we said with Chili Peppers in the past, standard songs for Green Day are way better than other bands can do. But at the same time, for them, it just sounds average by their standards, really.
yeah. The thing is, on this album, I think there's a lot more opportunity to slack off than there is compared to American Idiot. Because
Mm.
if you're gonna send for someone politically, you can't uh, have filler songs. So
Mm.
because this is the first album in quite a while where it hasn't been politically motivated,
Mm.
for the most part,
Yeah,
it gives them a chance to, kind of slack off on some songs. And as you say, most filler songs for Green Day are better than most people's actual songs.
yeah.
But I think it is just them getting a chance to slack off compared to stuff like American Idiot.
Mm. So I think then we move on to Bobby Socks, don't we?
All right, immediately, um, I I got a Weezer vibe.
Did you? I got a Nirvana vibe.
How does yeah, I got a Weezer vibe, but I think I'm just getting that off of the Blue album because I've only really listened to the Blue album.
Yeah,
So, um, I think the vibe that I picked up was just from songs like in the garage and stuff like that.
yeah. But I think because Green Day songs normally only ever sound like Green Day, when it starts to
Yeah,
sound a bit like somebody else, it's really noticeable.
yeah,
And for me, I just thought, oh, hello, what's this? What are they doing here? And this is perhaps dipping into the experimental side of things that you were on about.
yeah. But with I thought in Bobbing Socks as well is I've had powerful vocals. Um, and I really liked the bridge and like intermin of the song.
Yes,
And because I like songs that change up in the middle, like with the intermin and the bridge, so
yes,
it can go la di da di da, boom 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 boom, and
yeah.
that's what I thought in what One-Eyed Bad Bee as well.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. We'll come on to that in a second. But I think after I heard this song, and I specifically didn't want to look at the liner notes or read anything about the album before I heard it, this is the point where I thought, they've gone right back to doing the really short songs like they used to. Because when you think of something like American Idiot, and I know it was broken down into smaller parts, but look, something like Jesus of Suburbia, which in theory is, you're on your 9 minutes long, whereas this is going back to, I suppose, what you would call a punk standard of about 3 minute songs, you know?
Yeah,
And I
um,
thought, okay, they're going back to basics with this album.
yeah, I was thinking because I was listening to the whole album last night. Well, I have before, but I was just giving
Of course,
myself a
yeah.
refresher.
Yeah,
But I remember I went through Look Man, No Brains, Bobby Socks, One-Eyed Bastard, and Dilemma so quickly.
yeah.
It I thought uh, I was just thinking, have I accidentally skipped a couple songs or
Did I
something?
fall asleep?
Yeah. Is that all you've got to? Is that all like
Yeah, I
the?
think, as I say, it was just about the shorter songs, and I was really struck by, well, for me, how Nirvana like it sounded when it started, or for you, how Weezer like it was when it started.
Two completely different bands.
Well, yes, yes,
But the thing is, Weezer and Nirvana, that you could have bands because it's better
yeah,
than it being like Pantera and like Leonard Skinner.
yeah.
Like Weezer and Nirvana aren't too different in comparison.
Mm. So we're on
But
to One Eyed Bastard. What do you think?
one of my favorite songs on the album.
Yeah.
What caught me the first time I heard it was the riff. It sounded very like a lot more heavy metal riff. Like it isn't a heavy metal riff, but it's a lot more heavy metal, coming off the
Mm,
punk basis of um what Billy Joe usually does.
yeah. I mean, I think for a lot of the riffs, he does tend to mute it quite a lot, rather. And this one, he lets it ring out really, and whether
Yeah,
that has an effect, I don't know. But for me as well, it was very much about, and it probably won't be so obvious to you, but a lot of the gangster terminology and a lot of the gangster things in there, which leans into the chorus of the bada bing, bada boom, you know?
yeah, I've got that. I like that bit, and also I did get down the terminology, which
Yeah,
yeah. Also, I was thinking I like how mature his voice is, and
yes, yeah,
going back to Kaplunk, which I was listening to about 10 minutes ago on vinyl. um, um, I was hearing him when he was 19, compared to how he sounds in this song. It caught me really. Obviously there's like what, a 30-year difference, but it still like
mm.
tripped me up about how um different he sounds.
But also on Plunk, his voice is quite buried within the musical mix, really. Whereas now you can
Yeah.
hear it a lot more clearly, I think, as well, which helps a
Oh
lot,
yeah, because
really.
Kaplunk was when made when
Yeah.
they weren't recognized.
No, no, that's
So
right.
of course it's going to be buried in the mix.
So then we go on to what am I looking at?
Dilemma.
Dilemma, isn't it? Yeah.
But this is also one of my favorite songs on the album, just for the
Mm-hmm.
start. Um, Mainly because of the music video. I love the
Ah,
music
right.
video.
I've not seen the video.
With him laying on the floor and he's going, "This is my dilemma," and I don't know. I just really like
No,
that.
I mean musically it's quite good, and it's quite a departure from the rest of the just
Yeah,
straightforward post-punk sounding song.
yeah, it's
So
quite
this is
heavy
the
as
this
well.
is the first one that becomes almost ballad-like. And
At the s-
what I heard in it, um, and it's not about sounding like other bands. To me, it actually reminded me a lot of Macy's Day Parade.
Yeah, specifically at the start though, because the start is the only time where I really get a ballad.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's only for about a minute, but it certainly
Yeah,
changes the tone musically of what we've heard so far.
I really do like it when Billy Joe uses the acoustic guitar.
Mm,
Um, because Green Day riffs are usually designed to sound terrible on an acoustic. I think that is true as well. I believe. They're made
yeah,
to
and I
sound.
think doing that shows how far they've come musically because you need to be a lot better on guitar to make a song stand out acoustically when you're playing it that way. And I think
Yeah,
a lot of the original punk bands way back wouldn't have had the skills to be able to do that. But he
no.
does it quite easily.
Well, even if you go to like Blink 182 and like
Mm,
Adam's song, they don't that I think that would have been better as a ballad, but I don't think Blink 182 would have the capabilities to make a ballad.
mm.
Well, a good one at
In
least.
that way, yeah, probably.
Yeah, obviously it is a good song, but
Mm. So where are we on to next?
1981.
And what do you think?
I like how it goes straight into the song,
Mm.
but I think it is a tad repetitive.
Yeah, I've got that down as well. That it is a little repetitive, and I get that it plays on nostalgia, and I like the way that for nostalgia, Green Day go back to the days of original punk. in terms of their time framing. But yeah, I mean, just a standard Green Day song, otherwise, really, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, it's nothing special to me. Uh, Anything else that stands out to you?
No, no, I don't think there's anything else to say about it, really. I mean, it's a good song because it's Green Day, but other than that, it's just a song on the album, really, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Yes.
A good night adrenaline. I don't really
What?
have much to say about this.
What? So now let's move on to Good Night Adeline.
Oh, it must have auto-corrected. All right, no, no. All right, I don't really have much to say about this song, but I like his voice. I do.
Oh, absolutely,
I
absolutely.
think it is a common theme on this album that I just like how his voice
Yeah,
is matured.
I think yeah, it's another song that kind of shows the different textures to his voice. Whereas in the past, when they started, it was just full throttle, high energy music.
Da,
But
da, da,
now,
da,
now
da,
he does
da.
do a lot of different things.
Yeah,
Yes, I mean I've written down here actually that of the songs on this album, this one was the biggest vocal test for him yet. Really,
Eh.
I'm not really testing, but I guess it was the
Yeah,
biggest departure in style, I suppose,
yeah.
from
I
what they
agree with that.
normally do.
Yeah,
And I think we go on to Coma City.
yeah. Um, I could say this about so many Green Day songs, but it stood out to me in this song. I like the punk double time.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
I could say that about so many Green Day songs, but this one really, because I think it's just because the drums are more polished, so you can hear it more.
yeah.
And yeah, that's also I like the intro and I like the ending,
Mm.
so I like the whole song.
And I think for me, when I was listening to the lyrics, especially, this is where it struck me that this is one of only two politically themed songs that we've had so far, along with the American Dream. And this one to me kind of talks about people's apathy and about drifting through life and not really caring what's going on around you and just letting things happen around you without caring about the effect that it has on society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So where do we go on to next then?
Orvet Summer.
Ah, yes, indeed.
Um, what I was thinking is this is probably gonna sound really stupid. Um, it sounds more like an 80s glam rock track than anything they've ever done before. Um, like when I first heard this, I was comparing them in my head to Bon Jovi, and I was
Right.
thinking this riff sounds like fresh out the 80s, and it sounds like it's like a glam rock track, like
Yeah, but part of that might be deliberate because I guess it's
Oh,
talk again, it's another song kind of about nostalgia and looking
yeah,
back
no
over
shit.
previous summers and stuff. But to me, it's still got kind of a filler feel to me. It doesn't
Ooh,
jump out at me as one of the best songs or anything. Go on, go
this
on.
is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites on the album
Okay, fair enough.
because I like the way it's also very focused on the flow.
Yes,
Compared to a lot of other Green Day stuff, like on Insomniac, they were just focused on making noise, as much noise as possible,
yes,
uh, especially with songs like Jaded.
yeah.
But then with Corvette Summer, it sounds like they're really focusing on the flow
Mm-hmm.
a lot more than their other stuff.
Okay, well, difference of opinion, but that's fine. That's healthy.
Shut up.
So, Susie Chapstick, discuss.
Ooh, ooh, I don't really like it.
Do you know it's one of my favorites?
It sounds too much like a pop song.
Okay.
Like it's hard to explain. But the only thing I can say, I like Trey Cool, no, not Mike Dern.
Yes.
I like his backing singing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
And I suppose it's because, I'm 100 million years old. But for me, the themes of old love, old girlfriends, and perhaps hints of regret in it. Um, and to me, it's more melodic than you would expect from Green Day, really. But to me, it's a very, very good song. Okay, Strange Days Are Here to Stay.
or I know I've been comparing them to a lot of different bands on this album, but I think it's because they're trying to be more experimental. But I
Yeah.
was thinking they sounded a bit more like Blink-182 than they probably care to admit.
Oh, okay. Because what I was thinking at this point in the album, having heard the previous couple of songs, what I've written down here is back to bite-sized punk. Really, sort of back to what they were originally known for, I think, which is elevated by the melody of the chorus vocally.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's more melody and it's a lot more punk. That makes pop punk. It flows a lot more, and I think they probably sound
Mm,
a bit more like Blink-182 than they actually care to admit on this track.
you're right. Yes. Okay.
And I think this is probably one of my least favorite songs on the album, just because it sounds too
Mm,
generic. Generic in terms of it sounds like a casual punk song, post-punk song,
I know what
uh,
you mean.
punk rock song.
I definitely get
It's
what you mean
too
by that.
generic.
Yeah, I definitely get what you mean by that. Oh, living in the 20s.
Good riff, good song, sounds different, and um, I love his scream at the end. And
Mm,
the only time I've ever heard him scream like that before, because I have heard him scream like that on a few different tracks,
mm,
but the only time I've heard him scream like that is on Know Your Enemy.
mm. And I think this song had a lot of social commentary, so it was
Yeah.
perhaps a bit more politically edged than the some of the others on the album, really. But I did quite like this song. It was a pretty
Yeah,
fun song, to be fair.
that's why I put good riff, good song.
Yeah. So go on, what we got next?
Father to a Son.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this song. I like this song a lot
Yeah.
because I was thinking of you when I was listening to it. Um, uh, Obviously I love the acoustic guitar. I love it
Mm-hmm.
when he whips it out. It's always the best when he whips it out. I love it when he whips it out. Um,
Oh. Woohoo.
it's a lovely soft song. It's just like it is a bit of a generic the Good Riddance
I know what you mean.
Macy's Day Parade song,
I know what you
but I
mean.
think I prefer it over Good Riddance and Macy's Day Parade. Um,
Yeah.
And obviously, I love Mike Dern, and it's probably Trey Cool who's also singing in the background.
Yes, I would imagine so. Yeah. I mean, for me, obviously, the theme of the song is very, very important, and I like the way that it's stripped completely back musically, and then builds up, and then after a minute, the rest of the band kick in, really. But I think it's a very, very strong and powerful song. Yes, thank you, Trey.
You know what? I wasn't actually going to stop that until you realised.
I know.
Um, all right, Saviors.
Yes.
Nothing special for a title track.
Yeah, I think it's more the name they took rather than anything else, really, in terms of
Yeah.
naming the album. But I do love Trey Cool's drum line, especially at the start of the song in this one. Oh, here he is again. Hi, Trey. Okay. But yeah, and I think it's got a good message. Wrong band, dude. All right, easy, Tiger. But yeah, I think Saviors does have a good message of unity and uniting against all the bad influences of the world. And but yeah, I mean, in terms of being part of this collection of songs, I wouldn't say it's up there with the strongest of them. I mean, it's
No.
not bad. Don't get me wrong; it's a good song, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it up as one of my favorites on the album.
Obviously, I know they just took the name of the albums from this song,
Yeah,
but I think if you are going to have a title track, it needs to be better than this.
yeah, yeah. I can
It
see what
needs
you
to be
mean.
like "You're American Idiot," or "Your Warning." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think they would have if it hadn't been for American Idiot, they would have gone with something like "The American Dream Is Killing Me." But I think they
Yeah,
wanted to sound like it was like
yeah,
a sort of follow up or something, you know?
yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
so Fancy Sauce. All right, Chuckles. What's your feeling on this then?
um, I know I said this to by the way, but I think it's a perfect curtain call.
Yeah, yeah,
I think it's a perfect end to an album. The
yeah.
flow's good. It's easing you out of it.
But this is where I get confused, and I'll explain why in a minute. I mean, I think it's, with themes of tiredness and insanity and things like that. Very, very melodic, especially on the outro. But it's this song that ends one version of the album. But then other versions of the album have three or four other songs, so it's difficult to know which version we're
Yeah,
meant to be reviewing, really, in a way.
yeah, but I just thought the original would probably.
But yes, I mean, in terms of the closing album, I think it's a very strong song, and I do like it very, very much.
Yeah, I do believe it really eases you out of it, and it
Mm.
really, sort of hands you off. It
That's
is
what.
called Fancy Sauce for a reason. That was
And
not meant to.
are we going to discuss the other songs on other versions? Because I think there's three other songs that we would need to discuss for those.
I didn't actually listen to the other
Well,
version.
you know two of them very, very well already. I know this to be true. So there would be Smash It Like Belushi,
Yeah, and then Frick Off.
yes, and Stay Young is the other one. If you
I
don't
haven't
know,
heard that
if you're
one.
not as aware of it, don't worry, you're not missing anything. It's very, very repetitive. Nice
All
and
right,
good, but it's very repetitive.
all right. Now just put on the screen. Can you put like, like deluxe edition or whatever it's called?
Yeah, well, I will highlight which versions of which tracks. Yes, definitely. I mean, Smash It Like Belushi, I think, is a classic pop punk track from one of the best in the business at making pop punk songs, really.
Marshall, I believe Shay. They're not pop punk.
Oh, all
They're
right, post punk.
punk
All
rock.
right, all right,
They're post punk or pop
all right.
punk rock.
Stay Young, the song uses echo. It's a kind of repetitive song, good song nonetheless. And fuck off. It's sums up their entire punk ethos and their sensibility of being punk, really. And
Yeah, it's
for me,
just
it's a great little song.
yeah,
I think it's just a very fun song. To be fair.
yeah. I do like the song a lot.
Oh, there
Uh,
is another song
yeah,
called there's two songs actually. One called Ballyhoo, which is talking about having no patience for life and feels very much like a filler. And you can understand why it's only on the special edition of the album. And another song called
yeah.
Underdog, which feels very much like a filler track.
They just want to sell more records, but you can't blame them really.
No, no, not at all. Not at all. So favorite songs on the album then?
Uh, I have to scroll through. Um, uh, Corvette Summer.
Okay,
Um, Coma City
all right.
and One Eyed B.
Yeah, and for me, it's One-Eyed Bastard, it's Father to a Son, and Dilemma, I think.
Ooh, can I change? Can I change? Can I change? So,
You can,
um,
of course.
mine are gonna be identical to yours then.
All right, okay. Bada bing, bada boom.
What? I think those three songs are the best on the album.
Yeah, but it's equally, it's a very, very strong piece of work from, a band that are now these days considered quite legendary, really, within rock music.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, they are right now.
All right, all right.
2015, they got inducted.
All right, no need to get on your high horse. I know you're a super fan, but but yeah, I think very strong. Well, I mean, for you, where does it stand in the ranking of Green Day albums?
Ranking of Green Day albums. So obviously my favorite album of all time, any band ever, is American Idiot.
Yeah,
And then after that is probably Dookie because
yeah,
I think, yeah.
yeah.
Then
So
it's Kaplunk.
how does it compare to them then? Do you think?
Yeah, if it compares to them, uh, American Idiot is a 10 out of 10 album.
Yeah,
So if I were to rank it out of 10, it would be a 6, 7.
right.
So strong album.
But then that's only comparing them against themselves. Comparing them to other bands. I mean,
Yeah.
it's way
Um,
ahead.
Talking about comparing them to other bands, I
Yeah,
did email you the picture, so
you
stick
did.
it up. What do
I
you think
will.
is better? By the Way or Saviors?
Well, in the huge list of albums we've covered so far, all
We
two of
have it.
them, all two of them. Yes, for me, By the Way is still
Yeah.
probably the better album.
Yeah, it's like my second favorite album of all time.
Yeah, so I think that's fair reflection, really. I mean,
Yeah.
they're both exceptional albums. Don't get me wrong, but By the Way, I think is the better of the two that we've covered so far.
Yeah. But that's because also the Chili Peppers made that in their prime as well.
Oh,
So
absolutely,
Green
absolutely.
Day are a bit older now, so
Yeah, I guess there
they've
are
still got it.
slightly different levels in their career, I suppose, and were
Yeah.
going in different directions at the time as well, weren't they? Really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree
And
with you. I think By the Way is the better of the two albums,
and don't worry, guys, this list will get a lot longer.
and I think that's probably a good time to end. All right. Well, thank you for watching this episode of Music of Pros. We hope to see you really, really soon for another episode. Yes, Junior Crow, what have you got to say?
We will be doing Enema of the State by Blink 182.
Very, very good. Okay, we're something to look forward to.
Where will
Um,
it rank on the ranking board?
oh, we wonder. Well, we don't because we kind of know, but still, we do need to give it a proper breakdown, nonetheless.
Yeah.
So, with all of this said, I am Dr. Steve.
I am Trey Cool.
Sorry, what?
I am Crow Jr. Are you deaf?
And we will see you when we see you.
Bye.
Say that you're ready, but you won't like it. You say